This is your WCIA 3 forecast first.
It was a nice day today. We had temperatures that were still warm in the middle 80s, but we had a lot of sunshine. And now we've got nice clear conditions from our KC Summers weather camera from Mattoon on our Flooring America INET. And temperatures that are not too bad. 71 in Mattoon, 69 in Decatur, as well as in Bloomington and Springfield, 70 in Champaign. Right now we've got winds coming in out of the north and northeast direction up to around 10 miles an hour. And as we go and take a look at our planner for tomorrow, still expecting to have some sunshine here, maybe a few extra clouds thrown in. The highs will be even cooler, topping out in the low 80s. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now from WCIA 3 News.
A man is in custody after police say he ran over a woman with his car, but that's not all he's accused of doing to her. Plus, it's a fire that can be seen for miles, the latest on an explosion north of here. And the state has reopened, but COVID is not gone. What officials say you need to do to keep yourself protected against one variant.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 10.
Hopefully they can keep him away from her.
This is after police say a man hit a woman with his car on purpose, then got out to beat her. Good evening, I'm Jessica Coons. Police say that driver was trying to hit two people, but one of them was hurt. Stephen Booker was taken into custody this afternoon. This happened at Joanne Lane and Paula Drive in Champaign. WCIA 3's Bryce Beeman joins us. And Bryce, you spoke with someone who saw what happened.
I spoke with Caleb Turnett, who says he saw a car driving wildly down the road. He said it happened so fast, but says thankfully police were called at the right time.
We were inside in our kitchen here, and my fiance pointed to a car driving down crazy, and then we heard a crash.
Champaign police say a man was arrested after intentionally attempting to hit two women with his car.
There's wood scattered everywhere. Someone was laying there hurt, didn't know who that was.
50-year-old Stephen Booker left the road and hit one of the women with his car.
The driver came back up and said something to me. I'm not really sure what he said. And then he tried to go pick her up.
Booker crashed his car into a neighbor's fence. Police and witnesses say he then got out of the car and proceeded to beat the woman.
And he got on top of her, and I couldn't tell at first if he was trying to hurt her or something. I thought he was trying to administer medical aid, but then it seemed like his intentions were a little more nefarious after that.
Police attempted to stop Booker when he ran away. Police chased him and he was taken into custody.
I hope that she's all right and that, whatever's going on between them, they can keep him away from her.
The woman he hit was seriously hurt and was taken to the hospital. The other woman made it out okay. Booker was arrested on preliminary charges of aggravated battery and aggravated domestic battery.
It's sad and tragic that it happened, but we need to, also think about bettering the neighborhoods and protecting our citizens.
Chad Smith, president of the Garden Hills Neighborhood Association, says something needs to be done to end the violence in the city.
We're so far into this that it's going to take a while to actually, correct some of this behavior.
And it's also a growing concern for people living there.
A lady down the street, her kids are always in that pool right by us, and he could have easily swerved and not hit that fence and hit them, or he could have easily gone the other way into our house.
Records show Booker has been in sheriff or police custody dozens of times since 1988. His most recent was 5 days ago for possession of a controlled substance. Jess?
All right, Bryce, thank you. Police are also on alert after a series of shootings across Champaign. Latest was last night. A 17-year-old was shot in the chest near Providence and McKinley. He's expected to survive. 3 of the shootings in the last few weeks have happened in a row along Bradley Avenue. We talked to a neighbor there who tells us it's time for people to take action to stop the violence.
So what can we do? Talk to your people. Explain life is more important. Your children deserve to play in this weather today.
Champaign police say the shootings are between people who know each other. They say often it's retaliation or even because of disputes on social media. We have an update to a deadly shooting in Urbana. 23-year-old Montez Jones was shot and killed over the weekend. Urbana police are looking for this man from Champaign, 22-year-old Bruce Stennis. There's a warrant for his arrest. Champaign County deputies found the victim near West Hill and North Romine Streets early Saturday morning. Danville police are investigating 2 weekend shootings. The first happened near Garden Drive and Bowman Avenue. Police say a 30-year-old man was shot in the chest. The victim was treated and released. Police also responded to the area of Main and Cronkite for a report of shots fired. They found out a 24-year-old man showed up at the hospital. He was hit in the arm and chest. The victim was listed in stable condition earlier today. One man in Champaign is working on how to stop the shootings. Jerome is a community navigation manager with Illinois Legal Aid Online. That's a paralegal group focused on educating and providing resources to low-income communities. He says gun violence will continue to be a problem if more people don't commit to directly helping people.
What's going on today with this gunplay, with this violence, with these murders, it's nothing new. You can look at its stats, show that it's nothing new.
He's looking for people to become community navigators, going door to door, educating people about resources Illinois Legal Aid provides. To learn more, you can go to WCIA.com. The Illinois National Guard has been called in for this fire at a chemical plant in Rockton. It started this morning after a huge explosion, and it's expected to burn for days. Rockton is north of Rockford in Winnebago County. People within a 1-mile radius were forced to evacuate. Crews decided to let the fire burn itself out instead of pouring water on it. They were concerned about chemical runoff into the nearby Rock River. EPA said one of its concerns was the chemicals the plant uses, such as antifreeze, sulfuric acid, lead, and nitrogen, and they are monitoring the situation. Here's a follow-up. Crews in Champaign are repairing parts of 2 roads that buckled from heat. One happened in the westbound lanes of Curtis near Barksdall Elementary. Workers were out this morning finishing up putting in new concrete. The other that needed fixed was westbound Market View near Coles Plaza. Repairs there are underway. Switching now to the latest on COVID in Illinois, the positivity rate is down to 1.1%. 165 new cases were announced. Another 9 people have died. More than 22,000 people got a vaccine yesterday. 52% of adults are fully vaccinated. 69% have had at least 1 dose. A variant is causing concern for some countries, so what about central Illinois? Health officials say the Delta variant, which started in India, may already be here, but having the vaccine should help. Public Health says we don't want a repeat of last summer going into this fall.
They're going back indoors, so the cases may rise again. And this is something that we are worried about even this year.
He says if you haven't been vaccinated, it may be a good idea to get it, especially if you have kids younger than 12. That way you can help keep them safe from the virus and its variants. It is World Blood Donor Day, and blood banks across the state are in critical need. Impact Life supplies hospitals in the Midwest, and staff members in Urbana say right now they're seeing the biggest drop in blood supply since the start of the pandemic, and they're calling on people to donate and help save lives.
Generally, blood donations drop about 20% during the summer. People are going on vacation, traveling, and then a lot of our donations actually come from high schools and universities.
Impact Life says the drop is even more apparent right now with the state in Phase 5. Here at WCIA 3, we're hosting a drive on June 24th. We'll be in our back parking lot and in the Marketplace Mall Plaza. You can register for an appointment on our website. 5 weeks worth of sports packed into a span of 4 days. How teams kicked off the busiest week of high school sports in IHSA history. Plus, cocktails to go were part of the pandemic, but are they here to stay now that the state has reopened? Jack, we've got a little break before the humidity, the worst of the heat comes back.
Yep, it's coming back. Not until the end of the week, so we still have some nice days here for the next couple days, but enjoy it while we can because it's going to be probably just as hot as what it was on Saturday. Also have a chance for some storms as well, too. So we'll talk about that coming up in our full forecast. In the meantime, though, today was a nice day. We topped out at 85, just a few degrees warmer than our average high temperature. And as we take a look at our headlines for tomorrow, nice days for Tuesday and Wednesday, the chance for some of those hot and humid conditions by Friday, and the storms are back by the weekend after the break.